What's good, everybody? So I have caused a little bit of instigation on Twitter regarding Honkai Star Rail, regarding gacha systems, regarding monetizations, and it's caused a little bit of PvP. I think I've enabled PvP, so I'm going to do what every good gacha CC does and self-farm myself is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you my tweets to see what people are saying, and we're going to get into it. Is Honkai Star Rail not as generous as people think? I've said this before. Honkai Star Rail started the whole meme of Genshin could never because of their overwhelming generosity. But it turns out that maybe they aren't as generous as we think they are. Let's get into it, shall we? So, it kind of started, well, there's two tweets, okay? We've got two tweets to go through. Here we are, right? Here is the 3.0 Stellar Jade count, okay? For free to play. For the version 3.0 release, free to play, you will get 111 pulls. If you are a light spender, which includes the Express Pass and the Nameless Glory, so like the Welkin thing and your Battle Pass, you can get 143 total limited pulls from 3.0, which sounds like a lot. Like, oh, 143 pulls, that's kind of crazy, that's insane. Wow, I love that. They're so good. They're giving us so many pulls until you think about it, right? On a version 3.0 release, when they are releasing 2 new 5-star characters, okay, the Herta and Aglia, you can't even guarantee one of them. Now, when we have this whole conversation about, oh, power creep, don't be greedy, don't be stupid with your pulls. When Honkai Star Rail is releasing characters at a breakneck speed, and people can't guarantee them, this is assuming you will do all the content. You won't miss anything. You will log in every single day. You will do everything the game has to offer. You still won't have enough to guarantee a character in the whole of the version 3.0 patch. The 3.0 patch, which is supposed to be like the most generous. Welcome to 3.0. Welcome to Euphorius. And you can't even guarantee one of them in both sides of the patch. That is crazy. Even Genshin isn't that bad. Yes, I'm saying it. Even Genshin Impact isn't as bad as Honkai Star Rail, and we have proof. We can see the total amount of pulls, okay? We can see the total amount of pulls that you get per patch for all these gachas. Honkai Star Rail, Genshin Impact, and Wuthering Waves. For example, we have 69.6 pulls for 5.1, right? Which was for Stellarons. She was the only 5-star on the banner. 91.6 pulls for 5.2, which was Chaska. Interesting. And here we are with Honkai Star Rail. 2.7 when we had Sunday, we had Fugyu, Fugwe, 88.9 pulls for both of them for 2 halves of a patch. That is kind of insane. And now for 3.0, 111. 111 for 2 sought-after characters. Oh, that's rough. Oh, that's really rough. Honkai Star Rail, their characters to pull ratio is not as good as you think it is. It's not as good as you think it is. Not enough to guarantee a pull, even if you are a light spender, is an absolute joke. In 2025, we won't be defending this gacha practice. For me, it's more outrageous because there are 2 characters that people want to be pulling for. Not just 1 and a rerun. No, it's 2. And guess what? We also have a bunch of other reruns to get through. Suddenly, your 143 pulls don't look as tasty. But guys, just don't be stupid and greedy. Just don't pull. Easy. It's so easy. Just don't pull, guys. Just wait. Just predict what the next banner might be and how they might play. Just predict. You'll be fine, right? Save your pulls. This is why people defend leak content. This is the sole reason why people defend leak content, right? How do I know who's going to be cracked? How do I know who to save for when I don't know when they're coming out? And that's why people support leaked content. So maybe we should be having a discussion with HoYoverse, with other gachas, to maybe make roadmaps a little bit better for people so they can plan ahead a little bit more. Because it's really the FOMO at the end of the day that is a big deal. And I think that is a better conversation to have than talking about fucking dumbass power creep takes right now. I think that is a better conversation to have. If you don't play every single day, you don't max out the daily grind on the Honkai Star Rail, if you take a break, missing a patch feels overwhelming. If you missed 2.7, not only did you miss Sunday, you also missed Fugwe, fuck you. It's a lot. It's a lot to miss out on so quickly. Both those characters are so good and very key to a lot of teams now and going forward, right? A lot of teams now and going forward. So it feels worse to miss patches. It feels worse to be a casual in a game like Honkai Star Rail. This is just an objective fact. It feels worse to be free to play in this game than some of even the other HoYo titles. And we have the numbers to prove why. We have the numbers to prove why. So there's no if, buts, or maybes. There are only absolutes. Yes, we could do what Mr. Pokey says, and we could prepare, we could be less stupid, we can plan smarter, but it's also made hard when we don't get roadmaps for characters in these games, what they're going to be, how they're going to help our accounts. We get no hints until it's a time when we have to be spending our pulls on the new characters, and we don't know who's going to be good in the future. Am I going to be wasting my pulls if I pull now? Am I going to be the stupid idiot? Am I going to be the one wearing the clown makeup by the end of this? We don't know. And that's why Honkai Star Rail, people have an issue with right now. People are starting to feel how predatory it really is. Shoving so many characters so quickly is just not fun. How to fix Honkai Star Rail. Make character banners guaranteed. Yep. Fuck the 50-50 system. Fuck the 50-50 system, okay? It's shit. It's shocking. I don't like them. I don't like them. I'm a big believer in things like the PGR method, where you have guaranteed character banners, and if you want their weapons, I think the pity is like, what, it's like 60 or something like that? It's like 60 pity or like something else. 100% on debut, exactly, 100% on debut. And they give you enough pulls throughout the patch to guarantee these things. People enjoy that, and people like it. And people will like it. That's only assuming, again, you min-max every single day. You are doing all your dailies, you're doing everything, you're doing all the events. Not everybody is going to do that. Not everybody is going to do that. That said, no one would ever pile up the copies of the standard characters if there was no 50-50. But the thing is, right, Bishop, in PGR, they're very generous, and there are lots of opportunities to actually grab those characters for free. There are so many where they will have selectors where you can just select the standards anyway. That happens, I'm aware of, quite often. So you will still be able to get those standard characters. You still get standard pulls. You still get it's not like they only have limited tokens or whatever. You still get standard pulls, and they still give a lot of standard pulls for free. Bro, the 75-25 in Honkai Star Rail is giga ass. At minimum, they should make the light cones guaranteed. At minimum. Because light cones are inaccessible to free-to-play spenders. They are. If you're free to play, I'll tell you really shouldn't be pulling on light cones. You really shouldn't. Just pull on the characters that will help your account. That is the smart play, is not to pull on light cones, and everybody knows this, right? But it's so difficult, and it's so tempting, and there's so much FOMO. And there's so much FOMO and predatory practices when content creators always say, hey, E2 Dill is great. Hey, E2 Firefly is great. Hey, E2 Acheron is busted. E1 Ruon Mei is amazing, right? This happens all the time. It creates a lot amount of FOMO. Honkai Star Rail looks so much power between those first two eidolons of characters. It's incredibly predatory. It's incredibly predatory. Releasing so many characters at one time is a predatory practice. right? Doing the power creep thing they're doing to Memory of Chaos, doing the HP inflation, creates more FOMO. Oh no, I need to make my account better. I need to be pulling more. Maybe I should be spending money. There is a lot of FOMO that happens in these gachas. And I think really to call people stupid because HoYo is implementing very, very predatory practices, more so than Genshin Impact, is kind of interesting. It's an interesting take to have that, like Mr. Pokey did, right? That's what makes it interesting to me. Because HoYo, for Honkai Star Rail, is secretly, actually, the more predatory at this point in time. And they're getting away with it. And they're getting away with it. And I don't think that's okay. I don't think it's okay, and I think it should be called out. And I think all the other Honkai Star Rail content creators, hey, this is a message to you, man. Your 2 years of honeymoon is over. It happened with Genshin. It's happening with Honkai Star Rail now. Pay attention. Listen to what people are saying. Listen to what they're hearing. Don't become those Genshin CCs who saw the cracks and said nothing. Don't be one of them. Be different. We don't want Honkai Star Rail going down the same way as Genshin Impact. Oh, and let's not forget in Honkai, there are multiple different game modes to play. You've got Memory of Chaos, you've got Pure Fiction, you've got Apocalyptic Shadow, all of which require different units for you to use, right? All of them. You're not going to be using Jade in Memory of Chaos. You're not really likely going to be using Argenti really in Memory of Chaos, or even not Himiko. You're more likely to pull for them so you can clear Pure Fiction better. That's another thing to think about, right? That's another thing. Maybe you're not pulling for Memory of Chaos teams. Maybe you want to make sure you can clear Pure Fiction. Suddenly, that's another one, like, guaranteed pity you have to consider as a free-to-play. Maybe even 2, maybe 3, if you want to do that content too. That is why I believe Honkai Star Rail has so much more FOMO than even Genshin does. ZZZ. It has far more FOMO, and it's far more predatory to people, and far more free-to-play unfriendly at this point. You need the light cone for the herder to keep up with his skill point consumption. Well, hey, maybe the stupid and not greedy players don't pull for the herder if that's the case. She ain't a free-to-play friendly character, so don't bother. That's the non-stupid, non-greedy way, right? Just don't pull on her. That's it. Hey, if you're free-to-play, don't pull for the herder. That's really it. I feel this is a very interesting conversation, and I want this to start a dialogue. I want this to start a dialogue with other Honkai Star Rail CCs, your Mr. Pokies, your Box 2s, hell, your Tectones. I would like your Eos. I would love to see other people talk about this issue. I would, and I think it's a great conversation to have. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Do you have anything you want to say? Anything you want to add to the conversation? I will bring you up. It's indefensible to call people stupid for complaining about HP creep. Say I like Blade QQ compared to the time where they could easily one-shot, two-shot an elite. Now they can't get through the same mob with 5 attacks. Am I stupid for playing the character I like even if they're old? No, I don't want to pull Robin and her annoying ass song makes me go crazy. Well, the response to me was kind of your fault. If you don't want to pull for the character that will make your team better, that is kind of your fault. Why are you complaining, right? That I understand. That I understand, right? If you don't want to pull for the character that will make it work, I get it. But I also understand that it's frustrating that you can't use teams that you used to be able to. Having to constantly replace characters and teams is annoying, it's frustrating, and which is why I say it feeds into the FOMO that happens a lot with Honkai Star Rail. It's so quick, it's so much more severe in that game than any other. Hey, E2 Dill is great! Okay, you gotta get 3 copies of Ibibilune and his light cone, and now you gotta get Sunday with him, and now you're gonna want all these other things. Maybe you want like another good support. There's so many things, right? That's a lot of pity. Honkai Star Rail is not free to play friendly. It isn't. Look at my last essay. There is realistically a very, very hard for someone who knows for sure how to pull properly without looking at leaks. And even with that, rumor of Super Break is now shafted. So if Super Break, for example, is shafted, and the people who plan to get people even like a recent release like Linkshar, are you a goofy goober for them literally power creeping your whole 3 out of 4 people on your main team? Exactly. Are we a goofy goober for doing that? I think the smart play is always going to be into invest in the teams that you currently have. Vertically invest in them. Make sure you have the right supports for those teams. But the problem is with Honkai Star Rail, not only do you need vertical investment, you need horizontal ones too. And that's why it's annoying. That's why people think it's shit. Because yes, you're not a goofy goober for buffing the teams that you currently have by getting new characters. That's a good thing. That's a vertical investment in that team. But if you want to do like some kind of future content easier with the new goofy goober mechanics that they release, you're gonna want to horizontally invest in a new team, a new like summon team. That's gonna be it. And that's not very free to play friendly. We've still got people trying to build a bloody Super Break team. And now they're gonna have to worry about a summon meta too? Are they supposed to ignore summons and just focus on their Super Breaks? It's like, whoa. There's so many happening so quickly, and that's really the whole point of the conversation. Sorry, my English is my first language. I can't type a word to CC. Get the supports for them. Literally not a single dot unit after Black Swan. I guess I was dumb to think that dot, which is a mechanic that Honkai Star devs themselves admit as a team, didn't get a single unit for 11 months. Yeah, you're stupid for not knowing that. You're stupid and silly for not knowing that, Piggy Wingy. You were just greedy getting Black Swan, to be honest. That is kind of my final takeaway on this whole thing. Honkai Star Rail was my favorite gacha. I've played it the most. And I am sad and upset this is the state. And I would love to see people actually open a dialogue and talk about this issue. I would. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below what you think. Hey, if I'm wrong, call me out. It is what it is. I don't care. I'm live on Twitch every day. Twitch.tv, Cabinetz in the comments. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.